Hey, what's up, DFS players? We are going through the best PrizePicks entries for today. So this one I ended up, cashing out. It got refunded. But other than that, we went 3 for 3. So hopefully you were able to tail some of the DFS player props we gave out yesterday. We had Smeltzer over 2.5 strikeouts, cashed. He had exactly 3. And then we had Lucas under 5.5 and a few others. So good day yesterday in the MLB. And I have 2 player props I really like for today. So I hope you're able to tail them. Again, how PrizePicks works is quite fascinating, right? Very fascinating. Any 2 picks you select, you are just going to be getting plus 200 odds. Doesn't matter if you switch players, doesn't matter if you take overs or unders. Any 2 picks, you are just going to be getting plus 200 odds on PrizePicks, right? 20 to win 60. But the $60, it includes your entry stake. So it's a little misleading. It's 20 to win 40 in profit, which is just plus 200 odds. So essentially what that means is you need to be winning 1/3 of your PrizePicks entries with 2 picks to break even, right? Which essentially means if you reverse engineer it even farther, you need to be winning 57.74% of your player props in PrizePicks entries to be profitable. Right? That's the number you're looking to beat. Ideally, your player props on PrizePicks are winning 60% of the time, and then you'll be profitable, right? Because if each of your picks is winning 60% of the time, you'll be cashing your 2 player prop entries 36% of the time and be beating the break-even win rate of 33.33%. But anyways, let's get into it. I have a few very good player props that I like for today, and I hope you're able to tail them. So as always, I'm going to start out on the OddsJam Positive EV sports betting software on the Positive EV page. So what this tool is doing, right, is it's constantly scanning DFS companies, sportsbooks such as FanDuel, and trying to hunt down value for you. So we can see Brad Keller over 3.5 strikeouts, right? We're getting the implied odds of minus 137 on PrizePicks, and the sharpest sportsbook is pricing this all the way at minus 183. So if we click into this game and take a quick look, which I believe is going to be right here, we can see a few sportsbooks have posted odds for the MLB tomorrow. And in the A's-Royals game, Brad Keller over 3.5 strikeouts is heavily juiced towards the over on the sportsbooks that have posted odds, right? We can see right here, Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker out there, the most efficient betting market, they're pricing this over all the way at minus 183. Right? So sportsbooks imply what they believe the win probability for a bet is through the market that they offer sports bettors. So because Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook, has the over so heavily juiced, that means that they think the over is a lot more likely to hit, right? So this is a great pick we found on the OddsJam Positive EV page to include into our PrizePicks entry, right? They're pricing it all the way up at minus 183. So we can take their market, actually, you can take the market from the sharpest sportsbook out there and put it into a no vig fair odds calculator. So they had the over minus 183 for Brad Keller strikeouts. They had the under priced at plus 134. So essentially, once you remove the juice, right, remove the vig or the spread, the house edge, whatever you want to call it, that sportsbooks bake into their markets, you can see that the fair win rate for this bet is 60.21%, and the fair line, the true odds, once you remove the juice, would be minus 151, right? So if you're placing a bet on a sportsbook at minus 140, that's a great price, right? You're beating the true odds from the sharpest sportsbook out there, right? You're beating the true odds from Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker. So that would be an example of a great bet that you'd want to be on a sports book. And similarly, this is a great line on PrizePicks, right? Because we are winning this 60.21% of the time, which beats the break-even win probability we need in a 2 player prop pick entry. So this is the first pick we definitely want to go with is Keller over 3.5 strikeouts. So we'll navigate over to the MLB. We'll go to Keller, and then we want over 3.5 strikeouts. This is the first sharp pick on PrizePicks, which was again found on the OddsJam Positive EV software. You never know when the best player props are going to occur, right? The sports betting market is dynamic. Lines are always changing. Lineups are changing. So this isn't something you can just check 5 minutes before the game start, right? This is something if you want to get maximum, as much value as possible, you got to be checking it frequently. Just hit the refresh button, look for new player props on PrizePicks, and you'll see some. So that's the first pick we have. And then if we go to the OddsJam middle betting tool, again, what this tool will show you is where sportsbooks have completely different lines set for a total or a point spread, right? So for example, here we can see in this tennis match that, Pinnacle is setting the line heavily juiced towards the under. So let's just click into it. So we can see right here, right? This is the middle. PrizePicks is setting the line at 22.5 for Medvedev versus Oscar Audi. And, Pinnacle, they have the under 22 heavily juiced, right? So this is a big line discrepancy. Most sports books are setting the total games market at 21.5, when on PrizePicks, thanks to the OddsJam middles tool, the power of data as a DFS player, as a sports bettor, is letting us know that, hey, PrizePicks is setting the line at 22.5, but most sports books have this set at 21.5, right? Pinnacle has the under 21.5 favored, and we can get under 22.5, a full game higher in our PrizePicks entry, right? So essentially, we can do the same thing. We can take the market, plus 131, minus 154, plus 131. So essentially, Pinnacle is pricing that under 22 games, right, is 58.34% to hit, which beats this break-even win rate. But best of all, we're getting under 22.5, right? If there's exactly 22 games, then our bet on Pinnacle would push. We would get our money back, whereas our pick on PrizePicks is going to cash. So this is even more profitable, right? This is even more profitable. This is an incredible player prop on PrizePicks for today, right? You're getting under 22.5, and the jump in tennis from 21.5 to a 22.5, total games is pretty big, right? That's a massive jump in terms of the odds. Like you can even see on FanDuel, the jump from 20.5 to 21.5 is minus 175 to minus 135, right? And minus 135 to plus 105 for over under 22.5. So this is a great value play as lines continue to move lower in this tennis match. Just looking at the data, right? The sharpest sports book is pricing under 22 at minus 154, and we can pick up a whole additional half a game and get under 22.5 in our PrizePicks entry. So we'll go over to tennis, and then I want total games, and then I want this game, and then I want the under. So we have Brad Keller over 3.5 strikeouts. And then we have, what was I going to say? And then we have Medvedev game under 22.5. So one PrizePicks tennis player prop. And then we also have we have one tennis player prop, one baseball player prop. Sorry, I'm getting distracted already looking at this other middle. So here's an interesting one, though. We can see that PrizePicks is there anything interesting here? Yeah, there is. So if we go back to this middle tool, we can see there actually may be a good sports bet, a good MLB bet we want to be on. There's this line discrepancy between Kyle Bradish over 4 and under 4.5. So if we just click into it as a data-driven, profitable sports bettor, what you can see is there's a pretty big line discrepancy on FanDuel, actually, not PrizePicks. So in this case, it's FanDuel. Most sportsbooks are pricing Kyle Bradish over 3.5 strikeouts, minus 152, minus 170. FanDuel's pricing it at minus 390. So on FanDuel, DraftKings is giving you plus 130 on the under 3.5 strikeouts. On FanDuel, that's a massive middle, right? We can pick up under 4.5, which is a whole nother strikeout higher at plus 120, right? Pinnacle's only giving us plus 114 on Kyle Bradish under 3.5 strikeouts. We can get him under 4.5 strikeouts, plus 120 on FanDuel. So this is a ridiculous bet, right? We're getting a whole additional strikeout, and we're getting better odds than Pinnacle. So this is absolutely a bet I want to be on. This is for the Orioles-Rays game. So let's go over there. So we're going to have a PrizePicks entry. Let's lock this in first before anything moves on me. So we want the under there and the over on Brad Keller. So boom, maximum entries for MLB right now are $400. Bruh. So $400 to win $1,200, 2-pick entry. So there we go. That's our first pick. And then we want to go to, looks like I already have a bet on this game. but we'll go to strikeouts right here, and then we want him under 4.5 plus 120. And again, just taking a look at the odds, thanks to OddsJam and the middle betting tool alerting us of this, fantastic opportunity, we can see that, hey, most sportsbooks are setting the line at over under 3.5, or at least the two who have posted odds. PrizePicks has the line at 4, and we can get under 4.5 at plus 120, right, on FanDuel. So we're getting a whole additional strikeout and better odds than pin in the price they're giving you for the under 3.5. This is ridiculous value. Ridiculous. So, FanDuel, of course, is going to be like, yo, your max bet's $50. So whatever. I'll add this as well. So some random MLB player prop, which looks absolutely incredible, under 4.5 strikeouts. Go ahead and add this to my bet tracker. Again, you can just click on an odd on OddsJam to add it to your bet tracker. And then a 2-player prop pick entry on PrizePicks. So hopefully you enjoyed. Let's make some money.